Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your retro future boy, Ricky Summer here, and today I've come back in time to answer the age-old question, how many settlers is too many settlers? Alright, welcome back to Bay City. If you're new to the channel and have no idea what I'm talking about, this is a Fallout 4 Sim Settlements build inspired by the setting for my most recent Synthwave album. You can check that out in the description below. But for those of you who are familiar with Bay City, hey, welcome back. So I was doing a stream recently, about a week ago, last week I think it was, and we spawned in a whole bunch of settlers. I've been doing this using the settler spawning button for Sim Settlements. You may be familiar with it if you've watched the last episode or two. And the frame rate really started to tank. Like bad. Now, is it the fault of the settlers? Maybe not, but look, it's quite a coincidence. So you may observe, I've got the frame counter up at the top of the corner of the screen up there. It's small, but it's there for proof, just in case you don't believe what I'm saying. So when we hang around sort of this area, 20 FPS, can we get it lower? Does it get, I think it was lower at the, I don't know, 17? It was down to 16 before. Anyway, so we're talking, for me, that's unplayable. That's a nightmare. Now, the FPS does improve when we get a little further to the center of the city. Don't worry, we'll get to the spawning in settlers and ruining the game in a second. I just want to set up some, I suppose, some control numbers, for lack of a better word. We also had some seriously bad performance in this area of the settlement. Here we go. It's certainly, yeah, it starts to drop there. Okay, so there's definitely something near the front of the settlement, like the center of it, that's causing everything to just drop. On the other hand, we look out to the ocean and we got a smooth 60. Okay, so this started to happen when I started to spawn in, when I went from like high 30s in terms of settler count to straight up 50. So we're going to go to the top of the tower. We're going to press the button a little more. And just to prove to you, here we go. 50 settlers. 50 settlers and everything's fine. Actually, I'm gonna call them in. Where's my button? That one. Gather around, please. Gather around, children. Gather around. I want the people to see you. Okay. So this is what is that?
The fog's poison.
No,
on account of the children.
That can't be 50 settlers. Oh, they're spawning in.
You gotta take things one day at a time.
Those uglies will think twice before messing with us again.
This is...
Don't much care for the good thing.
I need a screenshot of this. Oh, God.
Times.
This is a nightmare? This is 50 settlers.
What do you need?
Oh, Jesus, they're an ugly bunch. Holy hell. Alright, how you doing? So let's go spawn in some more.
So hungry all the time.
This is actually the most amount of settlers I've had in any of my series, I think. I think we got up to 30 something, low 30s in the what was it called? With the Sanctuary Hills or whatever one. I can't remember what I called it. It was probably Frank something. Frank City or something like that. But look, it's going to take a while to get to the top of the tower, so cue the music. Alright, let's press that button. Alright, so we ran into a few problems. The button stopped resetting, so we couldn't spawn in any more settlers. So I tried to build a new button down on the ground level so we didn't have to keep going up to the tower. And it still wasn't working, it wasn't resetting. So I thought, hey, maybe we need more plots because we don't have any vacant jobs or homes or anything like that. So I built some more of those. And I slept for a little bit, and then I decided, well, look, we need to like reset the cell, so need to reset the squeaky chair. So I came to Arcadia, and I waited on a bench for 24 hours. Now, what is happening is it says that Longfellow's cabin has 108 settlers. Now, I don't believe that for a second, but when you try to fast travel in there, the game crashes. So what I'm going to try to do is fast travel to Far Harbor, and we're going to get a nice look at Bay City from a distance, and it does actually look really cool. And we're going to try and get back into the settlement without the game crashing. Cross your fingers, guys. Alright, take two. We crashed anyway. Does that mean that Far Harbor is in the same cell as Longfellow's cabin? I don't know, and I don't know how these things work well enough to really comment or even speculate. So what we're going to try and do instead is walk the old-fashioned way over to Longfellow's cabin, over to Bay City, but I think we're truly going to have to gear up for this one because this is becoming a serious task. So you know what? I'll tell you what. We're going to go God mode so we can sprint forever. And furthermore, let's set a marker so we know where we're going. Alright guys, are you ready for this? Hopefully we'll be able to see the grand towers of Bay City off in the distance. I know you can see them from Far Harbor. I just dearly hope that the game doesn't crash as soon as they come into focus, because this would make me really sad. So, listen. This has happened before, where it's shown a hell of a lot more settlers than we actually had. Is that what's happening this time? Probably. But guys, what if we actually have 108 settlers in Bay City? And we've answered our question. How many settlers is too many settlers? 108 settlers. So when we were having this issue and before I jumped out to try and, refresh the cell or, however you put it, whatever I'm actually doing, we were at 54 settlers, I think. And that's where it started to struggle and it wasn't letting me push any more in. Now we should have, unlimited capacity because of the sim settlements, because the option I selected in sim settlements where charisma doesn't factor into settler limit. So, hang on. Where are we going? It's off. Where are we? Alright, so that's where we ended up. Okay, no, this is fine. So we're gonna pass Far Harbor. I'm gonna save right here. Because I'm actually legitimately very scared. I'm very nervous about this. Okay, so right about here we should see... Oh, but it's foggy. Is the tower there at all? It might not have loaded in. Now, when I fast traveled from Bay City to Far Harbor directly, everything was still loaded in and I could see the tower from this distance. Now, if the game crashes again, I might just roll back a save and show you Far Harbor from a distance. Here we go. Oh god, guys. There it is. There it is. And we're taking damage for some reason, is that correct? Oh, because it's you. Get out of here. Let's go, guys. I guess look. We may as well just sprint in here. May as well just get in here at a leisurely jog. So that tower is entirely filled with residential now. It's not all walled off, but it is filled with residential. So, wait, guys. Guys, it's actually saying 108 settlers. Yeah. Is this serious? Is this for real? This can't be right. It's saying, see you over, wait, we're there, over on the other side of the screen. Now that number's usually correct, alright, in my experience. See, now it's saying 54. So do we have 54 or do we have 108? Look, I think it's just bugging out. We've only got 54 settlers, but it is a strain. Okay. Oh god, what I wouldn't give for 108 settlers though. Okay, let's see if we can spawn more in at the button. Everyone's just hanging around. Is it the button's not ready?
Mainlander.
Is this it? We've found the limit?
Those uglies will think twice before messing with us again.
I thought we were gonna hit 70, maybe 80.
My back hurts, my feet hurt, everything hurts.
You're all the worst. I'm so mad at all of you. Okay, so the button... Let's take one more foray up to the top of the tower. Cue the music. It's another day, another fight, in another way. Alright, the button up here too isn't reset. So, I don't know if maybe there's some sort of conflict. So, in the interest of trying to fix it up, let's get rid of that one. And we're going to jump back down. It's 16 FPS. Okay. Button's not reset. Guys. I think we have to bite the bullet. And we have to do this manually. Alright, we're going to try this the dirty way. So this is what I've done. Let me go to the console here. I've gone player set AV charisma to 99 just in case. Alright? Which we're gaming the system here. Just in case that's a problem. Furthermore, I'm going to place settlers manually. Now, it says I've got 54. But if you have a look at the map here, it says 55. So I think this is going to work. Let's try it. No. We've already done that. I want settler place at me. So the settler comes in. Does it count towards our ultimate goal? I think it needs a second to kind of reboot and do its thing, right? So we should be at 55. So let's add another 4 after the one we just did. So this should get us to 60 settlers. We might have to sleep and give it a second. So let me just go do that real quick. Alright, I've had a sleep and I tried to run out of the cell and back in. And it is updating. We are getting there. We're up to 56. I feel like we can pump in as many settlers as we want. It's just going to take time for the game to process them, I guess. And the button's now working? Press the button. So the button can work. I think what's happening is the game I don't know how it works. I'm not a modder, but like whatever scripts are involved, if that's a thing, are just taking so long to process. That's why it's taking so long for the settlers to actually register, but they're coming in. Guys, we might need to jumpstart the system here. And houses are being constructed. Houses are being constructed. Okay, so we should have about 60. Let's add another 10. Ooh. Listen, my goal here is to break the game. This is our goal. Okay, 56. All right, shall we go to Arcadia again? And then run back, and hopefully things will have started to tick up. Holy shit. So we should be at about 70 settlers currently. They're just not registering yet. Alright, so let's head to Arcadia. We'll reset the cell. Let's do it. Alright guys, we're just about to come upon Bay City and see the silhouettes of the towers. Alright, we got some things loaded in. Come on. Give me the big tower. Here we go. 12 FPS. Alright, back up a little bit. Look, it is a beautiful sight though. Isn't it just? It's stunning. You can see the lights starting to fill up over there. So the houses are being filled up. We're at 57 settlers. Officially. I mean, we've got more. They haven't registered yet. They're coming through. Guys, I want to hit 100. And I want it to register.
Got work to do. Can't talk now.
Okay.
Lost track of how many blisters I got.
So if we assume we're at 70, 80.
You know what I've found on Ray Garden,
you should go and
that's
whole
something
place
one
is
day at
run
a
by
time.
robots.
Now let me out though.
I can't remember the last time I had clean
90?
fingernails.
Don't care
Another
much
day
for
of
good
hard
neighbor.
work.
That place.
Is the button working? But the button works.
Yeah?
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days.
100.
Biggest town I ever
Yeah.
saw.
Huh?
If we had a good supply of
Guys,
clean water, things would be pretty good.
what do I need to do to make all these settlers register? Do I just need to leave the game running overnight or something? I'm determined. I want this to happen. So surprisingly enough, the game hasn't tanked to like 5 FPS, which is what I was expecting.
Hope you ain't here for me.
So my expectations have been thoroughly subverted here. I thought that the game was going to break. And it might still, make no mistake. But for the moment, it's okay. Alright guys, let me do a few more runs and let's see if we can get more settlers showing up. Alright, so we're up to 60 settlers, I think, according to the overlay on the map. However, oh, here we go. It just needed a second. It thought we were at 12, but now it gets it. Now it understands us.
Got work to do. Can't talk now.
So I've noticed it might actually update when it builds a new thing, so maybe I need to provide more housing.
Is that a
had some
hip
clean
boy?
water to drink from.
Oh
I've
god.
heard about
I
that.
can't even see the button!
Guys always think twice before messing with us again.
Everything hurts.
Get out of here!
The farm's
Farming's as
poison
honest as
on
honest.
account of the children of Adam.
Need to get back to
back to
Diamond.
I'm so mad at all of you.
Children of Adam are dangerous. Don't trust them.
I don't trust you.
Commonwealth, right?
Get out of here,
In the deep
Parker.
fog.
Alright guys, 2 hours later and I don't think I can do it. I've gotten to the point where it's all just stopped. And furthermore, look at this. Hang on, look where we are. We're not in the settlement. We're not even in Far Harbor. Look how far away that is. These are our settlers.
Go for it.
Old Longfellow. Camden. Parker. That's Parker. I think we got a few Parkers, but our settlers, what are they doing over here?
No one panic.
They're spilling out of the settlement. So, like I said, 2 hours later, I got to about 60, I got to 64, and then I lost one. And I don't know how. And I haven't gotten higher than that since. So, this is going to be our last run through the city. We're going to take a look at just how many settlers have registered. We've certainly got more than what it's showing actually in the settlement. Because I spawned a bunch in. I just want the game to acknowledge my achievement. And it's refusing to.
My back hurts. My feet hurt. Everything hurts.
This is also a situation. These guys won't leave. They're just stuck. 63. I can't get it above 63. 64?
It's ugly, so think twice before messing with us again.
Yes?
Another
Nobody
day
has
of
enough
hard
to
work.
eat.
Never
Need to do something
changes.
to help.
Hard work.
Hi, how are you?
Hard work. All right, so look, while we're waiting for the HUD to update, let me show you a few things. Let's take this time to make an appreciation tour of Bay City. It's been a wild ride. You know, we've got our big entrance, our security towers over here. A big imposing head to say, hey you, don't cause trouble in Bay City. We did that on stream last week. Then we got our secondary archway here. Our sleaze alley, neon alley. We can come up here onto the race section and check out the shops. Looks like there's a power armor vendor over there. This is dead-end weapons that isn't even functioning for the most part. We've got some really cool upgrades over here. Let me show you. This is the brothel. That's where the courtesans live. We've already, like, we've lost another one due to radiation.
You should go. Whole place is run by robots.
The bar? What did we call the bar? The Lewd Snail. That's right. Remember that, guys? Remember that? Alright, we've got the motel here, which is actually the secret secondary. It's owned by... excuse me. It's owned by the brothel, as you might imagine. And the barber. New you. The fully upgraded barber with the neon. That's so hot. That's so hot. Fallon's. Good old Fallon's. The big old liquor sign.
Got work to do.
This mess. Our
Crops going
our
in.
industrial tower with a power on top. And then our big old tower. Now, let me lay this down for you. I think with the exception of maybe the first floor of residential, this tower has, when I say 23 stories, so 23 stories minus the top one, 22 stories of 4 residential plots each. And that's like the majority of our residential. Still got that cough. Jesus, sorry guys. It might actually be the entirety of our residential.
You ain't one of them synths. Here to
We got the
stop.
recreation hall over here
How many blisters I got?
with the gun range on top,
Bit cranky.
which didn't quite work out.
Got a dangerous look about you.
And last but certainly not least,
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
I'm going to show off the industrial quarter. Here we go. Which has built up a little bit. So it's built up, but we've still got, you know, for, what does it say? For rent, of course, yeah. It's still got for rent signs, even though they've been partially built up. It's all just slow to a crawl. Nothing's updating at this point. And look, honestly, serves me right. Serves me right, guys. So, from this point, let's do one final flyover. Because sometimes you just need to check it out from the air. Look at this. This actually looks really nice. We got some smog going. A big old radio beacon over here. So we can scavenge settlers. The industrial tower with the fire escape. Remember that, guys? That was some good times. And then this thing. As you can see, there's residential all through it. And it should all be powered. It's just not updating. And the constant crowd, as is the cyberpunk way. So in many ways, we succeeded. Because we did manage to produce a dystopian, dysfunctional city. A city that has slowed to a crawl due to overpopulation. How cyberpunk is that? How cyberpunk is that? And at 14 FPS, I'm actually a little bit sad that we couldn't get it lower than that. I was honestly expecting that we'd be able to get it to a slideshow. And, you know, to a certain extent it is that. It's a very fast slideshow. But I was hoping for lower FPS, I'll be honest. But there you go, guys. I give you Bay City in all its smoldering, dysfunctional glory. That neon, though, that pierces through the fog real nice. Wow, guys. Alright, let me know in the comments down below. Have you gotten more settlers? Have you ever managed to get more settlers than 65? Oh, wait. It's updating. It's updating in real time. But see how long it takes? See how long it's taken? 65 settlers. Let me know if you have any experience getting to that golden 100 range, because that would have been my dream. Can the system even handle it? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. But for the moment, guys, thank you very much for watching. Taste the game. Be excellent to each other. And I'll see you next time. Ricky Summer.